Hello, fellow fragrance lovers, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I have a brand new fragrance for you. I don't think anyone has, well, I'm not going to say anyone, but probably not many people have gotten their hands on this fragrance so far. I was very excited to be able to get it. And I was awaiting it anxiously. I was asking at the Estee Lauder counter about it, and that is the brand new Estee Lauder Beautiful Magnolia Intense. And this is a flanker of Beautiful Magnolia, which was released in 2021. So if you'd like to know my thoughts on this and how it differs from the regular Beautiful Magnolia, stick around. If you're here for the first time, welcome. I am Limelight Lass. I have a predominantly fragrance-based channel, but sometimes I dabble in some other things. I particularly like things that get you noticed, put you in the limelight. So if that's your vibe, please subscribe. Oh my God, I just rhymed. That was crazy. If that's your vibe, please subscribe. I am an English teacher. That's my day job. But anyway, I digress. Let me tell you about this fragrance. So I saw a few weeks ago, I guess, on Fragrantica, because I stalk that thing every day. We've gone over this before. I saw that they were coming out with this, and I don't even know why I looked at the notes or anything, because I'm not really into the original Beautiful Magnolia. I don't think it's bad by any means, but it's really just not my style. It is very floral. It's fresh to me, and I have a little tiny bottle of it that I got with a gift with purchase, and all of the subsequent ones I've gotten, I give them to my mom because she seems to like it. She likes a little more, floral fragrances, but it's not really my thing. Not a bad fragrance by any means. It's just really not something I would make a point of getting. But when I read the notes on this one, I was like, ooh, that sounds really different. And if you watch my channel, I'm obsessed with the release of Infinite Sky, part of that like fancy, whatever that collection's called. That's like the more bougie Estee Lauder collection. They have all the different kinds, but Infinite Sky was like, that just blew my mind. So I'm like, okay, Estee Lauder, maybe you're coming out with some good stuff. And typically there's only a few fragrances from this house that I'm really into, but this one sounds intriguing. So let me tell you what the notes are in Beautiful Magnolia Intense. So it has top notes of mandarin orange, cardamom, and violet leaf. Middle notes are iris, magnolia, and patchouli. And the base notes are vanilla bean, Virginia cedar, musk, and leather. So the combination of those notes was very intriguing to me. And so I did blind buy this. I was taking a gamble, but it's okay because I do really like it. So when you initially spray this, I just sprayed some on now. See, it already went away. So when you first spray it, it is, I'm not going to lie, it is very off-putting and it smells extremely strange. Like, not repulsive or bad or anything, but weird. Because you get this, like, you get that hit of the cardamom and it's really prominent. And yeah, and blended with the more like floral notes, it's like, it's just strange. And then, so when I first sprayed it, I was like, uh-oh, this has gone terribly wrong. But as it dries down, you do get the other notes, and it does become a little more woodsy. And, I was really struggling to find the vanilla in this because it apparently has vanilla bean. And I was like, where is that? So I wore this yesterday and it was like hours into wearing it. I was, really sniffing at my wrist and I could finally smell that sweetness from the vanilla. So that came out way later. So this one, it reminds me of a few different things. One thing that it reminds me of is like the original Gucci Flora, which was my signature scent back like when it came out. I forget when that was, like 2009, 8, something like that. I don't know. And the funniest thing about that was, pretty much all my life I've said, like, I don't really like floral perfumes. I don't like flowers. I don't like smelling like flowers. And then my signature scent became like Gucci Flora. Like, it's literally called Flora. But if you're familiar with that original formula, that I mean, it has florals in it, but it also is woody, and it does have a little bit of I think that does have vanilla in it, maybe. It has something a little bit sweet. It's a really beautiful fragrance, and you don't smell it and think flowers. It is a very sophisticated, well-blended fragrance, and maybe I have to revisit that. I haven't worn it in years, but maybe. Well, anyway, this reminds me of it. Like, it doesn't smell exactly the same, but it has that vibe. Once you let this percolate a little bit, you also start to smell the iris. It's almost if like La Vie Belle, because it has iris and patchouli, and it's almost if La Vie Belle like didn't have the sweetness and it went in a more like woody direction, but like without that really heavy dose of vanilla. So if you like some aspects of La Vie Belle, but you don't want the cloying sweetness of that, although I do love La Vie Belle, what am I saying? It kind of reminds me of that as well, because you do have some of the same notes, but like take the sweetness out of it. So this is not sweet at all. It's also not like exclusively floral, although you definitely get the magnolia. Get a little bit of the orange, but not tons. I get a little bit of the violet leaf. And the patchouli is not like a very prominent or dirty. This isn't like a hippie type of patchouli. It's blended very nicely. Very subtle. And the leather you get more in the dry down, and you do get a little bit of muskiness. So now this does have a little teeny bit of freshness to it. This is really like the freshest fragrance I would wear. So here's where I'd say it's a lot different from the original Beautiful Magnolia. The original Beautiful Magnolia is a lot fresher to me. It just has this very fresh, airy opening, especially, and it is definitely more magnolia. Yeah, this one does have a little bit of a freshness to it, but it's like a woody floral. But there's something different. There is something, it is kind of weird. Like, it's a weird fragrance. I would not do what I did and blind buy this. I don't think this is a good blind buy. I happen to like it. I'm happy with it. But I think this would be tricky. And I think you would also have to wear it for a little while before you make up your mind. When you first spray this, it smells very strange. The cardamom is just a weird note mixed in there. But then when it dries down, it's actually really nice. So yeah, I'm going to give Beautiful Magnolia Intense, the Limelight Last, 2 thumbs up, but with the caveat of like, you better smell this and make sure that it's like up your alley. I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone with fragrances. I am kind of, if you watch my channel, I'm kind of stuck in this niche of like woody, masculine, or unisex. A lot of like tobacco-y, vanilla-y, woody, patchouli. I'm just sort of in that realm. So I'm trying to branch out. I'm trying to maybe get into like a little bit fresher fragrances, or like a little more floral. So I think this is going to help me with that. And I think this is perfect for spring. Another thing I have to, got to hand it to Estee Lauder with this, because I've been so frustrated with a lot of these releases lately. I think they are releasing this at a very good time. I think this will transition well into spring. I've just been so annoyed. There are very few fragrance releases in the past year that I felt were like time appropriate. It was either like at the very, very, very end of the summer, beginning of fall, they were releasing like summery fragrances, which drove me nuts, or like, they're releasing something super summery, like in the dead of winter. This is really appropriate for the time. So I'm really happy about that. And yeah, it's really interesting. So if you don't want like the typical floral fragrance for spring, I think this has enough edge to it with that little bit of cardamom, leather, patchouli, edge it up a little bit. So, all right, well, let me know in the comments if you have tried this yet, or if you have tried the regular Beautiful Magnolia. And of course, if you have not subscribed already, I would really appreciate it if you did so and give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.